Mental health advocates, here we go. It is Tuesday, so it is time for another episode of A Mental Health Break. Vincent A. Lancey here with a guest that I met here in Tampa, new to the city, but he has a story to share. He's ready to share how he has struggled to get where he is today, but is proud of where he is at, and everyone listening on, so should you. He believes in living and learning, and will share his story in just a few moments. He moved here to Tampa from Queens, New York, and is down-to-earth, open-minded, and independent. He loves learning and can see the next 5 years unfolding in his head, and will encourage you throughout the episode to follow your big goals too. Get ready to be motivated. Josh, let's kick it off. What does mental health mean to you?
What's up, guys? Mental health is everything. If you don't have the right mental health and the mental state that you need to be in, you're not going to succeed. You're not going to get to where you need to get to. You're not going to be confident enough in yourself. You're not going to be able to take care of yourself, And that's very important, especially when you become an adult, like a real adult. You have to be able to take care of yourself and be focused and have that mental capacity to take on all the emotions.
At Tampa Counseling and Wellness, we want to remind you that it's okay to not be okay. Reaching out for support and asking for a little extra help can be overwhelming, but everyone deserves a safe space to heal. We're so honored to be that space for Florida residents. If you want to learn more about our services or you'd like to set up a free consultation with one of our clinicians, you can call or text us at 813-520-2807. We're looking forward to growing with you.
Ways to improve our mental health. Stick around for as we dive into the show. We'll learn what Josh does to take care of his mental health, both short-term and long-term. But thank you for kicking us off. We have a great episode heading your way. Josh is ready to really extend his mental health advocacy. He hosted the mental health podcast for quite a bit, took a pause, but he is getting ready to launch that. We'll find out where and what the name of it is going to be at the end of the episode. But before we get going, when did you first decide to take a stance on mental health advocacy, start sharing your story?
When I went to the hospital, September 1st, 2018, it was the day before a Drake concert. I was sitting in my ex-girlfriend's bedroom at the time. I wasn't high, wasn't anything, just laying there and kind of just started freaking out, having a panic attack. And it was all the anxieties that I was holding and keeping in, and it was bothering me to such a degree that I had to actually check myself into the ER room and make sure everything was okay, because I felt like I was dying every single day for 6 months prior to that, and I wasn't saying anything. So that's another big thing with mental health, is you have to talk about it. You have to talk and be honest with yourself and be open and vulnerable.
You are not alone. One of the many goals of this podcast is to break down that stigma where people don't speak about it. In certain careers, people may feel scared to speak up, in danger of losing their job.
Yeah.
Hopefully more conversations like this will get rid of that. But you did mention anxiety. Is that what you struggled with or struggled with?
That was probably my biggest struggle, and I still get the anxiety bug sometimes, once in a while. But for the most part, I kind of keep it tamed for the most part now. I've kind of learned how to deal with it when it does present itself. I know a lot of people just deal with it differently, and some people run to other, prescriptions and stuff like that, but that's not how you deal with it. You have to tackle the stuff head on, just like anything that you're doing in life. If you're chasing a career, if you're if you're an entrepreneur chasing a goal, you have to tackle it head on. You cannot go around it. So just, follow the guidelines that you just create for yourself, and make some structure in your life, and that'll lessen the anxiety.
I agree with that. When I plan out my day, I don't stress as much because there's structure to my day. We're both whiteboard users. We also both organize ourselves that way. But one of the things that works for Josh is meditation. What works for some doesn't work for everyone, but that works well for him. So I thought it would be great for this week's Spotlight story to really dive a bit deeper onto the topic, and then we'll get our guest take on it and maybe some tips for everyone out there who is already a meditation advocate or is looking to start meditating for the first time. I found an awesome article online at the Mayo Clinic website. It's called Meditation, a Simple, Fast Way to Reduce Stress. They're going to look at a few areas of the article, including understanding meditation, benefits of meditation, and some types of meditation, and then again we'll touch base with Josh. Meditation can give you a sense of calm, peace, and balance that can benefit both your emotional well-being and your overall health. You can also use it to relax and cope with stress by refocusing your attention on something calming. Meditation can help you learn to stay centered and keep inner peace. These benefits don't end when your meditation session ends. Meditation can carry you more calmly through your day, and meditation may help manage symptoms of certain medical conditions. I, for one, always thought meditation would be this magical drug where everything would be great, and then I realized it wasn't, and it isn't something that, as exercise and other mental health tools, I prioritize over meditating, but those benefits are certainly true, and I felt them immediately. There's emotional benefits, physical well-being benefits, and so much more. When you meditate, you may clear away the information overload that builds up every day and contributes to your stress. The emotional and physical benefits of meditation can include gaining a new perspective on stressful situations, building skills to manage your stress, increasing self-awareness, focusing on the present, and so much more. And it also can help with illnesses and disparities such as anxiety, asthma, cancer, depression, chronic pain. There are so many benefits to meditation. But now, before we bring Josh on, I want to touch on types of meditation, because me, personally, I was not familiar with some of these that I'm seeing. We're going to start with guided meditation, sometimes called guided imagery or visualization. With this method of meditation, you form mental images of places or situations you find relaxing. We have mantra meditation, where you silently repeat a calming word, thought, or phrase to prevent distracting thoughts. We'll look at a few more. Mindfulness meditation, as many of us have heard this one. This is where based on mindful or having an increased awareness and acceptance of living in the present or moment. And we'll look at transcendental meditation, which is a simple, natural technique where you silently repeat a personality-assigned mantra, such as a word, sound, or phrase in a specific way. Josh, what are your takeaways from this article? What can you let us know?
Definitely, meditation is a key. It's a practice, though. You have to be able to be patient. You have to be able to practice it daily. It's not going to happen overnight, the benefits. You have to do the work. It's just the inside work. And for the different types of meditation, when you're sitting there, you can say affirmations. I am, you know. I am successful. I am a successful entrepreneur. Whatever the case may be, you can write a bunch of I ams. Guided meditation, probably one of my favorites, because you can kind of really just listen to somebody else's voice and just go. And once you learn how to let go through the meditation, because there are scary times when you're meditating. Sometimes you'll feel like you're falling, or you feel like something happened, like, you know, because it's scary to actually have your mind so quiet. And that's the biggest thing about meditation, is when you have a quiet mind, you're able to think faster, think more efficient, and you're allowed to really walk around life in general just happier and more mindful of everything that's going on around you, and everything that's coming your way. You're able to deal with it a different way. Instead of getting aggravated at the guy in front of you and beeping and holding your horn, you really you laugh it off. You say, all right, that guy just needs to meditate. Something along the lines of that. But like, you kind of just go through this life thing, and it's definitely a practice. I really want to drill that into people's heads. You have to practice it. It's not going to come overnight.
And how do you meditate? Do you use an app? Do you not use an app?
Yeah.
Share with our listeners.
I meditate daily. I meditate twice a day. I meditate once in the morning and once in the afternoon. The one in the afternoon is a little longer than the morning. The morning's like 5 to 10 minutes. The afternoon's about 20 to 30. I usually have meditation music on the house on a regular all day long. Different types, though. I use YouTube. YouTube, it has everything. YouTube.com, and then you slash it, and then you just meditate for this, meditate for anxiety, meditate for beginners, meditate for this, and all these different options come up, and whatever looks the best and most intriguing to you is what you should press on.
Thank you for sharing that, Josh. Everyone out there, be sure to give meditation a try if you have not yet. It may be just what works well for you, so why not give it a shot? Let's get back to the show, though, and we know we may have a preview for this answer here, where meditation may be one of his techniques to use when he wants to improve his mental health. But what are some other things that work for you?
Yoga, doing some 10 to 15 minutes a day on yoga. I also go to the gym 4 to 5 times a week. You know, ride my bike is a big one. I like to ride my bike a lot. I have kind of messed up knees, so I really don't want to chance it with the running. So running is a great form of it. It's just running on cement's not it. So I go to biking, and you kind of just escape. put on an audiobook, put on a podcast just like this one, and really just go and just listen to things that you wouldn't normally listen to. Everybody can listen to Meg Thee Stallion, Future, Drake. Everybody can listen to that at any point. Are you doing the self-care work and actually understand there's other people out there that have gone through the same process as you, and you need to understand that they can probably help you because you're not in this alone.
One of the many goals of this show, again, another one, is to let people know that your shared experiences exist. You're not just sitting there by yourself. Josh, I know about your podcast. I know you're getting it back up going. I know that's something you're doing to raise awareness for the importance of mental health. Tell everybody what we can expect, what they could find it, the name, everything.
Yeah, anxiety-driven podcast. It was up, I want to say I started when COVID had hit. I took a mental break myself. I just needed to refocus, re-energize, and kind of get my life back into the direction it was supposed to be going. So definitely looking forward to it. It will be out at the end of August. I'm looking to drop the first episode right before Labor Day to kick off the school year in a good way. And anxiety-driven podcast. It'll be on YouTube. It'll be on Spotify, Apple, all those things.
Thank you for sharing that, everyone. Please be sure to look out for his podcast. We will keep you in the loop on all of these accounts, of course, and share that. Where can everybody find you, Josh? More about everything you have working on.
Yeah, you guys can find me on Instagram at Schnipps, SCHNIPPS _. That's SCHNIPPS _. That's my main go-to. I post a lot of stories to try and help people just get through their day. A lot of relatable things, a lot of relatable quotes. Some other things that, could get me banned. No. But other than that, just follow me over there.
All right, Josh, well, I'd like to now ask you for your last word. What do you want to leave everybody off with that's tuning in today?
Live and learn. Don't be afraid, and go for it. Risk it all. I took a big risk about 3 months ago. I packed up a minivan full of all my things, and I drove from New York to down to Tampa, and I started my whole life differently. And ever since then, it's been amazing. I don't want to curse on you. I don't know what we're doing, but it's been really, don't be afraid. Take the risk. You have one life to live. You have one passion deep burning inside you. Follow it. And just don't stop. Don't quit.
To everybody listening on out there, if you are on the fence, you have an opportunity somewhere you need to move, I'm now going to ask Josh one more thing before we sign off. What's one piece of advice you could throw everybody that's about to move?
Who's about to move? Do it. Don't look back. Do not look back. Just if you make that jump, if you take that risk, don't look back, because the minute you look back, you'll get stuck and it'll stop the growth. So just understand, when you make that jump, you're there to grow and experience new life experiences. Yeah.
Well, Josh, I want to thank you for sharing your story, overcoming the ways you face anxiety, what helps you overcome that. You shared your story. You gave everybody the confidence, not only who's moving, just to go ahead and chase after their goals. He mentioned great things like meditation and several forms of exercise. Everyone who listens to this show knows by now that's my go-to mental health boost. Every morning I'm doing some form of exercise, whether it's in the house or here. We both have the bad knees. I love riding the bike, but can't run on the pavement either.
Can I add one more thing?
Absolutely. Come back on.
Also, exercising is not just physical. It's also mental. You need to read. You need to get out there and pick some books that, can help you progress mentally or spiritually or whatever it may be. Because it's not just the physical that has to grow. It's also the mental and the emotional and the spiritual all have to grow at one time. And you have to get 1% better per day in each category. And that's the way you can start to think better and progress better and be better every day.
Absolutely. Self-help books are something I wish I started a little earlier. Even if things get busy, which for me particularly they are right now, you can make a no excuse opportunity by just saying 10 pages a day. We can make time for 10 pages no matter what's going on. We can put 10 minutes, especially when you complete that book, how far we'll come. A book I can recommend to everybody out there, one that changed me, Crushing It, Gary Vee.
Yes.
Start with Why, Simon Sinek. Is there one you want to throw out there too?
Think and Grow Rich, definitely. There's Gary Vee, Crushing It is really, just Crush It was really good. And I just read a book actually by Ed Milet, The Power of One More. That was a really, really good book. And also 7 Laws of Spiritual Success. That's the most important book I've ever read.
Just gave you, everyone listening on, a couple great book recommendations. Thank you very much for tuning in once again. You can check me out at Vincent A. Lancey on YouTube. and all social media. My website is vincentalancy.com. If you're looking to join the community, shoot me an email, podcastbylancy@gmail.com, and someone from the team will get back to you. Thanks again for tuning in, and we will see you next week on A Mental Health Break. Josh, thanks so much.
Thank you.